Welcome back to Lariat TV News. I'm Claire Marie Scott. It may feel like this year has flown by, but we've been with you the entire way. And I'm Irma Peña. We've documented stories from all corners of campus this year, and we have a few more for you today. We'll start with a local place featured in a show. One local family-owned business has gone nationwide, turning local flavor into a story the whole world is tuning in to watch. LTVN's Maren Small brings you a taste of the story.
From a family dream to national television, Hidalgo's Azteca is turning local flavors into a story the whole world is watching.
Helados Azteca is a family business started by Alfredo Garcia and his brothers Javier and Arturo Garcia. After coming to the United States in the early 90s, Garcia opened the shop to provide for his family. What started as a small operation has now expanded across Texas, growing into a thriving family-run business.
And ever since then, it's been him, myself, my sister, and my older brother. My older brother has 3 locations in the Dallas DFW area. I have 2 here, he has 1 here, we have 1 in Temple, 1 in College Station that's coming up. So we've really expanded from this one location that started from just hard work and him coming to this country to find a better life.
Their hard work is now getting national attention. Alfredo and his son Eduardo Garcia, owners of Hidalgo Azteca, were recognized by Forbes, which led them to an appearance on the Jennifer Hudson Show, where they shared their story with a national audience.
I thought it was fake at first, honestly, but I think what initially kind of triggered that was our feature on Forbes 30 Under 30, and we received that earlier this year, and that was huge for us as well. Very unexpected, very grateful, and we were very blessed, very fortunate. It was an amazing experience.
For Alfredo, the recognition is more than just success. It's a reflection of years of sacrifice, perseverance, and the pride of seeing his family continue what he started.
No, pues yo me siento muy súper feliz, súper contento, agradecido con toda mi familia, con todos los que nos han apoyado. Y más grande es que ver a mis hijos que están siguiendo mi ejemplo y que nos ha ido bastante bien, tanto a ustedes como a mí.
From one small shop to a growing legacy, Helados La Azteca continues to prove that hard work and family can turn a simple dream into something much bigger. For Lariat TV News, I'm Maren Small.
Baylor University invited students heading to summer camps to a special commissioning event celebrating their service and preparing them for the months ahead. The summer camp commissioning took place Monday, April 27th at 6 p.m. in the Barfield Drawing Room. The event honored students working at camps this summer in any role and offered a time of encouragement before they leave. Attendees enjoyed food, giveaways, and a chance to connect with others serving the summer. Camp experiences can be life-changing, and the event celebrated those choosing to spend their summer serving others and sharing their faith.
It's a very demanding job. It's not one that's going to bring you riches and fame, but it's one that's very significant. And even when we talk to students from all across campus, different departments, many of them can think back to a time when they went to a church camp, a school camp, or one of the many different types of camps, and they were influenced by someone. They met a college student who embodied the kind of person they want to be.
Last weekend, strawberry season brought visitors just outside Waco. LTVN's Savannah Ford takes us to the farm.
Visitors are heading just outside Waco this weekend, where Western Bell Farm is giving guests a chance to enjoy strawberry season and spend time outdoors.
I wanted strawberries.
Yeah, we were looking up strawberry festivals in the area, and this was what came up.
But the experience goes beyond just harvesting, with attractions across the property giving guests plenty to do throughout the day.
I mean, we sit behind a desk 8 hours a day, so it's nice to get out with our friends and do stuff.
Fresh treats are available on site, and many attendees also plan to take the berries they collected home to make their own recipes later.
I like the idea of being able to make homemade stuff with them afterwards. We were talking about making a jam or a lemonade or something like that. It felt pretty unique.
Picking strawberries is a big draw here at the farm, and it's becoming a spring tradition where people come out, enjoy life, and just take a break.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Savannah Ford.
The Waco Police Department hosted their Community Opportunity event this past Saturday, focused on providing resources and opportunities for young people in the city of Waco. LTVN's Abby Roper has more.
The Waco Police Department is hosting its 5th annual Community Opportunity event here in Dewey Park, providing opportunities and resources to young people in the Waco community. The free event aimed to connect kids, teenagers, and young adults with resources focused on education, employment, and personal development, while also addressing youth-related crime in the community.
We are here at our 5th annual the Community Opportunity Event, and we are just so excited to give back to our community in a fun, an exciting, a different way than what you see our day-to-day police department do.
Organizers say the goal is to provide access to mentorship programs, job opportunities, and information on health and well-being. The event also included different games and activities, as well as scholarship opportunities and prizes for attendees.
Yeah, so at the end of 2021 and going into 2022, we noticed that there was a rise in violent crime that had to deal with our youth, teens, and young adults. And we wanted to kind of figure out a way to correct those actions and maybe give them better choices and better opportunities.
So, community partners and organizations came together to offer resources aimed at supporting future success for young people in Waco.
It's cool because the kids get to interact with the police officers and the fire department, and they get to see community leaders like walking around and dancing and hanging out with them. I think it makes the police more approachable. Yeah, it's a very relationally focused event, and I love it.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Abby Roper.
Coming up in sports, we look into Akron Tumbling's 11th straight championship win. And we take you to McLean Stadium for Baylor's inaugural Fan Fest. Stay with us for all your Baylor athletic news.
Blessed are the catalysts, sparking invention from the unknown. Strong are the generous, taking up the call to serve the world. Needed are the peacemakers, seeking common ground for the common good. But don't worry, you can still be fierce on game days. The work you do is faith in action, fueled by the light burning inside you. The world needs who you were made to be. Dare to be you, indeed.
Number 1 Baylor Akron Tumbling secured their 11th straight NCATA championship title Saturday after defeating number 3 Quinnipiac 271.835 to 266.265. The highest score of the night was a 9.95 in 5-element acro and synchronized pyramid. This extends the Bears' win streak to 62 meets in a row.
Just how we're able to, no matter the circumstance, no matter what environment we're in, if we're tired, if we just had a long spring break trip, that we're able to go into every meet and do our job no matter what, no matter the circumstance, no matter how we're feeling, we're prepared and going into every single meet so that we're absolutely consistent to where you're able to be undefeated.
Baylor Fan Fest kicked off Saturday at McLean Stadium, which included an open practice of the football team. Doug McNamee's vision as the new AD is to improve fan experience. For most, it was the first time seeing the football team as they look to improve on last year's record of 5-7.
New and returning Baylor players and coaches saw the Baylor faithful show up to support them at McLean Stadium for an open practice Saturday. Much of the practice was spent with individual position groups working against each other, all culminating in a red zone simulation for the offense and defense to compete against each other. For players, in order to receive constructive criticism, they must first have a relationship with their coaches and teammates.
Hearing all that stuff and you don't have a relationship with the person that's saying all that stuff, it could come across as something other than what it's meant to be. But I think if there's a real connection and an attempt has been made and you feel like you know that person, it hits way different.
For quarterback DJ Lagway, stepping into a leadership position means responsibilities both on and off the field. Heading into the summer, he wants to focus on continuing to build those connections with his teammates, along with getting himself ready mentally and physically for football season.
Just continue to get better relationships, knowing the offense, knowing my guys, knowing my teammates, and start to reach out to the defensive side more often and kind of just continue to build this whole thing together as it's supposed to be, so I'm excited for it.
With new defensive coordinator Joe Klanderman, a change in the guard means a different way for going about spring practices. During FanFest, the players had smiles painted across their faces, even amid the heat and competition, showing the already building team chemistry, but also the way Klanderman wants to coach his guys.
It's been making practice go by fast, We're having fun, flying to the ball. It's making us run to the ball better. It's making us attack the ball better, tackle better. It's just, overall, it's a good thing when you're having fun.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Owen Carson.
Men's basketball made another splash in the recruiting portal, landing 5-star Dylan Mingo. Mingo, a guard from Long Island, New York, is the number 6 ranked high school recruit in the country. He previously committed to North Carolina before reversing his commitment following a coaching change. Mingo announced Monday that he will become a Baylor Bear in the fall, joining his older brother Caden, who transferred to Baylor from Penn State 2 weeks prior. Dylan missed most of his senior season battling an ankle injury, but is expected to be ready to go for the Bears when their season tips off. Men's tennis is set to defend the herd against Tulsa in the first round of the NCAA tournament. The 10-seed Bears are set to host the first 2 rounds of the tournament, which they haven't done since 2022. Baylor's coming off a tough 4-0 loss against TCU in the Big 12 championship finals and a 4-1 victory over Utah in the quarterfinals. The University of Tulsa won the American Conference Championship for the first time in program history for an automatic spot in the national tournament. First serves are set for 6 p.m. Friday at the Herd.
And that's all for sports this week. We're keeping it short for you because up next, the best we had to offer this semester. Keep it here.
I'll never get used to this. I'll never get used to this. This is how I wanna live. Forever we'll be singing like, oh, I'll never get used to this. I'll never get used to this. I'll never get used to this. This is how I wanna live. This is how I wanna live. Forever we'll be singing like, oh, I'll never get used to this.
In my last semester with LTVN, I had the honor to talk to a Baylor alum who was part of the Super Bowl halftime show. Here's my favorite story of the year. Right through these doors, Giancarlo Guerrero once walked to class as a Baylor student. Today, he's a 6-time Grammy Award winner and a Super Bowl halftime show performer.
So I immediately picked up the phone and he said, listen, I just got this odd call from somebody who says is Bad Bunny's manager. And apparently there's going to be this string orchestra part in the halftime show. And Benito wants a real string orchestra and he wants a real conductor. And he apparently was aware of who I was aware of my career, was aware of, my activities. And he requested me and he said, go find him. And his manager went and Googled me and found my manager. And as they said, the rest is history.
After fleeing the civil war in Nicaragua in the late 1970s, his family moved to Costa Rica. Around 10 years old, his parents signed him up for a youth orchestra just to keep him busy, a decision that would change his life.
For the first couple of years, the youth orchestra was a hobby. I got to spend time with some great friends, got to play music and hung out. But as it happened, little by little, this hobby becomes more of a passion. And I'm now the luckiest person on the face of this earth. I mean, I get to do my hobby for a living.
As a percussionist in Costa Rica, he took a shot and sent his tapes to Baylor University. When he got the yes, he packed his bags, determined to chase a dream in a new country where he didn't even speak the language yet.
Baylor will always stay very close to my heart. And I feel that forever indebted to the university, to the School of Music, to the faculty, because, again, they believed in me. They gave me an opportunity, which is all that sometimes you can have. And they gave me that. And I hope that at this point, I make them proud every day because, honestly, you look at my bio and everywhere you see, Baylor will always be there.
Guerrero's journey proves that when talent and heart come together, music can truly transcend boundaries. For Lariat TV News, I'm Irma Peña.
One of my favorite moments this semester was covering the Harlem Globetrotters here in Waco. Here's a look back.
Since 1926, the Harlem Globetrotters have brought basketball to life with tricks, showmanship, and crowd interaction. On Saturday, Baylor's Paul and Alejandra Foster Pavilion not only hosted the team, but also honored former Baylor basketball player and Globetrotter Andre Branch, bringing the game full circle for Waco fans.
When I got on with the Globetrotters, I come to training camp and I'm doing me. I'm being who I am, playing basketball, scoring and all that. And I'm just sitting there like, and then we started doing the trick part. I was like, man, that's not me. I'm a basketball player. I don't know how to do all that other stuff. I just know how to play basketball. And so one of the veteran guys pulled me to the side. I was like, Branch, they really like you. And at the time, Globetrotters were playing real basketball games. We would play professional teams, colleges, and that's what they brought me in for.
Joining the Globetrotters blends competitive basketball with the fun, theatrical style that has made the team famous around the world. With only a handful of women on the team, female players say stepping onto the court brings a new level of excitement and a chance to show what women can do in professional basketball.
It means the world. This is my rookie year, actually, so this is amazing for me. I'm one of only about 20 women who have been blessed to play on this team, so it means the world to me. I love it.
Fans of all ages got in on the action. Parents and children were invited onto the court, cheering as players pulled off alley-oops, fast breaks, and trick shots.
It was super fun. It was actually my mom's dream ever since she was little, so we got to bring her. She's not standing with us right now, but we got to bring her and go, and my brother and his girlfriend go to school here, so it's really fun that I happen to be at Baylor.
For a century, the Harlem Globetrotters have shown basketball can be more than just a competition. It's connection, comedy, and community. For Lariat TV News, I'm Savannah Ford.
In my final semester here, I had the opportunity to report on quite a few of Waco's community events. The annual Guns N' Hoses basketball game was my favorite story to cover.
Right behind me, Waco PD and Fire are about to take the court for the 3rd annual Guns N' Hoses charity basketball game.
Inside University High School's gym, the focus of the game isn't just on the scoreboard. It's on supporting Special Olympics Texas through friendly competition. The annual event brings together first responders and athletes for a night of basketball, with both teams raising money leading up to tip-off.
So this is the Special Olympics event we have with the Waco Fire Department and with the Waco Police Department. So it's going to be a little competitive today. We're going to try to be up on the fire department here a little bit.
Local Special Olympics athletes play alongside the officers and firefighters, competing for the Guns N' Hoses trophy. Events like this help raise awareness and support programs that give athletes more opportunities to compete.
Well, what it means to me is that I get to have a chance to hang out with some friends and stuff and compete. Well, it makes me feel pretty good because I know they actually care about us.
The game gave the officers and athletes alike a chance to connect and have some fun.
It is so amazing. Like, we get to be out here with the guys and the girls, the kids, just having fun for one, but also we're building that relationship with people who maybe we don't really get the chance to meet all the time, right? So we're just out here building a relationship with them, having fun with them, and yeah.
At the buzzer, Waco Fire took home the trophy, but the real win is the money that was raised for Special Olympics Texas. For Lariat TV News, I'm Abby Roper.
This semester, I had the opportunity to cover a variety of stories, but the one that was my favorite was FM 72, a late-night worship gathering I reported on earlier this month. Here at Baylor, students are gathering for a multi-day event centered around the message of pursuing the heart of God and impacting this generation.
I hope when students walk away from FM 72, I hope they feel seen. I believe we serve a God who sees people, whether you are the most spiritually zealous person or whether you are fresh into prayer and don't even know what you're walking into. My hope and prayer is that as people walk into the tent, that there's an overwhelming sense that they're seen by God that doesn't just put up with them, but He loves them.
In 1945, Baylor students prayed for 90 days, sparking a revival that spread far beyond campus. Now many say that same spirit is beginning to return as a new generation comes together in faith.
What stood out to me the most about FM 72 is that Baylor students are taking time out of their normal schedules, out of a really busy place, honestly, to come and to seek after the heart of God. I think that's something for Baylor is insane, and it is such a good thing. But also you think about other colleges too. What other colleges have allowed students to literally congregate in the middle of campus, the heart of campus?
The event emphasizes not only personal faith, but also the impact students can have on one another, encouraging them to live out their beliefs beyond campus.
Rites of passage, or I think of when the people of God passed through the Jordan River and they set up those Ebenezer stones. They're moments where we can look back and remember what God has done, but they catalyst us into following Jesus every day. I don't think it's something that we need to build our whole faith on, but I think it's something that can kind of refresh and renew our faith, and we can press forward and follow Jesus day by day.
As the event wraps up, students are carrying its message forward, seeking purpose, community, and a stronger faith. For Lariat TV News, I'm Riley Painter.
Turning Point USA made a high-stakes tour stop in Waco that resulted in me going undercover into the event to get the details nobody else could, making it one of my favorite stories of the year. The Turning Point USA event that just let out in Waco Hall behind me covered themes of national policy, identity, and national security. This is the Turning Point Tour, which was hosted by Baylor's chapter of Turning Point USA, opened with a speech from current Texas Attorney General and Republican Senate candidate Ken Paxton. Political commentator Benny Johnson discussed current U.S. political culture, followed by the White House border czar Tom Homan, who spoke on national security.
This event it's more than just one event, really. It's about something much bigger than that. It's about having the courage to speak for yourself, and to think for yourself, and to stand firm in what you believe. That's exactly what Charlie fought for, and exactly what he died for. And that's why this night matters so much.
Benny Johnson talked about subjects ranging from Congresswoman Ilhan Omar's recent financial scandal to the recent redistricting in Virginia, but he emphasized conservative cultural issues and how they affect us.
You can't move to Italy and you're an Italian, you can't move to Japan and then you're Japanese, you can't move to China and think you're Chinese. So somehow the entire world can move to America and claim to be American. That's wrong, by the way. I just want to state that.
Tom Homan discussed the current state of our national security on the border, in addition to describing his department's philosophy when it comes to illegal immigration.
At 3 a.m., while you're sleeping, there's a green uniform standing on a dirt trail someplace protecting the station. Men and women always they strap a gun to their hip every day and wear a Kevlar vest to go after illegal aliens, criminal illegal aliens, national security threats.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Jacob Stowers.
This past semester, I got the opportunity to cover Baylor Premiere Day, where prospective students and their families got to enjoy Baylor. Through interviews with tour guides and attendees, I saw the beauty of this day from their eyes. Here's my favorite story from the semester. Baylor Premiere, a campus open house, helps introduce prospective students to Baylor. Students and families got to experience a wide array of activities and tour campus Saturday.
I feel like Baylor does a really good job at that just with the student body in general. Just being able to take really broad topics for 15,000 undergrads on campus and making it really feel like home, making people feel really welcome here. And so we just want to translate that feeling to the 8,000 people coming on campus every day.
Baylor tour guides, along with faculty and staff, put in hours of work both preparing and during the event. Premiere Day attendees are presented the opportunity to learn more about Baylor and its core values from current students.
I think this just sets us apart from other schools. We go above and beyond with Baylor Premiere, just again so the students do feel like they are walking into somewhere where they can feel like they're at home. And so I think it's just such a cool thing that we do, just to help the students get connected to Baylor, get connected to each other, just enjoy their time here.
Along with that, they learn more about Waco as a town, Baylor's academics, and extracurriculars.
Honestly, what's excited me most about this is just going through the school and understanding all of the ins and outs about the school, and understanding what the school is really about, understanding what the surrounding area is about, and everything that's inside of it and around it.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Owen Carson.
This semester, I had the opportunity to attend one of Waco's annual community events, the Special Olympics, a global movement that provides year-round sports training and competition for individuals with intellectual disabilities, promoting inclusion, confidence, and community. Here's my favorite story from the semester. At Midway High School's track, athletes from 3 Central Texas districts are going head-to-head today. But for many here, it's not just about competition, it's about celebrating ability, inclusion, and community spirit. The Special Olympics brings together students of all abilities to compete in events like running, relays, and field competitions, creating opportunities for teamwork, confidence, and belonging.
It makes me feel very joyful, for him to have a community that he could go to, as a parent as well to meet other parents, get to know people, and it means a lot to me.
Athletes take pride in every race, throw, and finish, showing that while competition drives them, it's their friendship, fun, and support from teammates and the community that makes the experience truly meaningful.
My favorite part of being here is probably hanging out with my friends, where you hang out with them, and where you help them and support them, and it was awesome. Basically, I hope I will win a 100-meter run.
For many families, Events like this go beyond medals. They create a space where students are seen, supported, and celebrated, both on and off the track.
At the end of the day, they're still regular kids. They just have a disability. So why not? Just because their disability is, just because they have a disability doesn't stop them from doing normal stuff that a normal kid can do.
Events like this highlights the mission of Special Olympics to create a more inclusive world through sports, providing that every athlete deserves a place to compete, be seen, and succeed. For Lariat TV News, I'm Maren Small.
Back in February, men's basketball took on BYU in the Foster Pavilion. Fans got to witness the return of former Baylor guard Robert Wright III and potential first overall draft pick A.J. Dibonza. Also showing his talents was standout freshman Tunde Yesufu. The potential draft pick dropped 37 points of his own. On Tuesday, Baylor men's basketball fell to number 22 BYU 99-94. In Robert Wright III's return to Waco, he scored 30 points, going 12 for 21 from the field.
You know, and I actually have to give the Baylor fans credit. They kept it classy. You know, they're going to go at them, and it was in a way that was, I thought, good, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? And I thought the way Rob responded by having a tremendous game and helping us pull it out at the end was, pretty cool.
Freshman guard Tunde Yesufu would score 37 points with 6 rebounds alongside Cameron Carr, who would drop 24 of his own with 8 boards.
I believe, they call my name for the starting lineup. I already feel it. There's some games you already feel it. Today is about to be a war. It's about to be a battle, and especially when I go against top players like that, I always want to hold myself accountable to match the matchup.
This loss marked the 6th ranked matchup loss of the season for Baylor. With 3 ranked games still on the schedule ahead and with Dan Skillings out, the rotation is down to 7 guys for the Bears.
Most coaches will tell you when you're tired, you're going to give it up somewhere. It might be shot selection, it might be defense. We gave it up in turnovers, a couple quick shots, and then defensively I thought we lapsed. And against good teams, you can't do that. I know coming off playing 3 guys 40 minutes, that's not what we want to do. That's not our game plan. But right now, we don't have options.
Men's basketball will be on the road in Fort Worth this weekend to take on number 24 Louisville for the Bears' 3rd straight ranked game. Tip-off is set for 3 p.m. on ESPN. For Lariat TV News, I'm Aiden Richmond.
This past semester, I had the privilege to cover Baylor women's basketball when they dominated Kansas State in their home finale, 80-54. Here's my favorite story from this semester.
Powered by a dominant third-quarter performance, Baylor women's basketball pulled an 80-54 win against Kansas State Monday.
We're going to find things that we need to adjust, that we need to fix, and we're going to come into practice with a different mindset. I think that over the past few days, for sure, that we've come into practice with the idea that we're willing to do anything to win, whether that's putting yourself on the floor, whether that's making an extra pass, whether it's somebody's only scoring 2 points instead of 20. It doesn't matter. We're willing to do whatever it takes to win.
Talia Scott and Kirsten Johnson got the game going with back-to-back triples, while Joanna Van Geitenbeek stretched the lead with a layup.
Well, the biggest yell of the game was when I told them in the huddle that we wanted to keep pressing on, and there was no reason to hold back because they were about to have 2 days off, and they need it. Their minds need it. Their bodies need it. I just think it's important this time of year. This has been a tough stretch for us.
Dariana Littlepage Bugs opened the second half by securing her 12th double-double of the season, but in the end, the Bears scored 13 three-pointers and 11 turnovers.
Just knowing that those memories and how much we've all grown as players and people here has been really special. I really, really hope it's not the last one. If we take care of business, I think we'll have a chance to be back here again with all of our fans. But just very grateful to have the opportunity to have been over here.
Baylor wraps up regular season play on the road against TCU Sunday. For Lariat TV News, I'm Brooke Cranford.
My favorite story from this semester was covering men's tennis upset of Texas A&M that sparked the Bears to beat 3 ranked teams back-to-back. Let's take a look. Number 19 men's tennis picked up an upset win over number 9 Texas A&M Monday. Baylor went down 1-0 after doubles, but fought back hard to win 4-1 behind overwhelming support from the crowd at Hawkins.
You break someone, and the whole crowd is going nuts.
it really gets in that other guy's head. It gets you pumped up. You get so excited, you know, and you just want to play more tennis. You're having fun. You're so excited to be out there with whatever, I don't know how many fans, 300 or so, 400. But it was just, unbelievable experience.
The Bears won the first set in all 6 singles matches and went on to win 4 straight matches to secure the victory. 41st ranked Connor Van Schalwick and Jean Borvelt won in straight sets for Baylor, and Luke Koenig and Alex Karitsa both won in hard-fought third sets.
When you take all 6 first sets off of a top 10 team in the country, I mean, that is an incredible effort. And so everybody showed up. Of course, being a great team that they are, the Aggies fought back. I think they split on 4 courts, but we did a good job of not letting it get away from us.
With the win, the Bears moved to 5-2 on the season, including a perfect 5-0 at home, as they head into a very difficult stretch of the season.
It just gives them that confidence that, hey, when we get into these dogfights, and to be honest, we're going to play 3 of them this weekend. They're all going to be really close. We're going to go to Wake Forest, who's #1 team in the country, or was, and then we're going to go to Illinois, who's one of the best teams in the country. And so it's not going to stop anytime soon. So we need to know it's going to be a dogfight, but we can do it. And this type of win really gives those guys the confidence.
Baylor will return to Hawkins Indoor on Friday at 3:30 as it hosts the ITA National Indoor Championships over the weekend. For Lariat TV News, I'm Charlie Cole.
And that's all this year for Lariat TV News. It's been a joy and an honor to bring you the news from around campus and Waco. And don't worry, we'll be right back here in the fall.
This is my last time signing off for Lariat TV News. Thank you for being part of this journey. It's meant so much to me. Have a great summer, and for one last time, as always, Sick 'em Bears.